Mr. Greenwell,
Yes.
you've been charged in Butler County District Court case number 24 CR 236 with possession of methamphetamine and count 1, a level 5 drug felony, leaving the scene of an accident, a class A non-person misdemeanor, driving on a habitual violator's license, DUI, possession of marijuana, driving while suspended, no proof of insurance, and possession of paraphernalia. So it's alleged that on or about the 19th day of May, 2024, you had in your possession or in your vehicle or under your control methamphetamine. If convicted, the sentencing range is 10 months up to 42 months with the Department of Corrections up to $100,000 fine. If you have 2 person felonies or more, you're presumptive prison. If you have 2 prior drug charges at a felony level, even though they're simple possession, it is a habitual offense.
I thought I only had a I thought I only had a pipe.
Well, there must have been residue of methamphetamine in that pipe or something that tested positive for meth. Then leaving the scene is a class A non-person misdemeanor, maximum 1 year, $2,500 fine, as well as driving as a habitual. You must do 90 days in the county jail if convicted. DUI is up to 6 months, $1,000 fine, mandatory minimum $750 fine, minimum 48 hours, up to 6 months. Possession of marijuana, it's alleged that you had that in your possession. It's a B non-person misdemeanor, 6 months, $1,000 fine. Driving on suspension, B is 6 months, $1,000 fine if convicted. No proof of insurance is 6 months, $1,000 fine, generally a mandatory $300 fine, and possession of paraphernalia. I'm not sure what the paraphernalia is exactly, but
There's no distribution on there.
no, there's not. So that's a B non-person misdemeanor, maximum 6 months, $1,000 fine. I'm going to enter not guilty pleas for you. Your assigned judge is Judge Ricky. Your court date with Judge Ricky is July 15th at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Well, they charged me with distribution yesterday and they took all my money. I didn't distribute nothing. All my money I get is from the bank. It took $3,500 from me. And I'm in here with no money, nothing. Distribution is
You got a check for $3,500?
Do what? No, I had $3,500 cash on me.
Okay,
The sheriff took all my money and charged me with distribution.
Okay. Well, it sounds like then you can afford to hire an attorney. So I'm not going to appoint an attorney to represent you. I am going to direct the county attorney's office.
Would you please appoint me an attorney? I don't have any money.
Well, I'm going to order the release of that $3,500 if they're not going to seize it. They didn't charge you with possession with intent to distribute. Let me explain something to you. Officers can arrest you for whatever they want, whatever they think they have probable cause to arrest you for. But it goes to a prosecutor's office, county attorney or district attorney. They review the evidence and they make the decision about what the appropriate charge is. Now, there are seizure laws that allow sheriff's office, if they believe it's drug money, to seize it, but they have to prove that. And chances are, if you aren't charged with distribution of any kind or intend to distribute, I'm not sure that they're going to have good reason to keep your cash. So when you are released, or if you are released, they should return your cash to you, and then you should be able to go hire an attorney if you have $3,500 cash. Okay? Now, the problem is you're on a no bond hold right now because you failed to appear last week for Judge Hart. And that is going through the system. It's not been signed off on by Judge Hart as far as I know yet, but it will be. It is case number 23 CR 147. you were supposed to appear. And so he did a bond forfeiture bench warrant and a no bond hold. So given all of that, in this case, I'm gonna set your bond in this case at 10,000 cash or surety. You need to hire an attorney and you have a court date in July with Judge Ricky. Before that, you're gonna have to see Judge Hart on this no bond hold right away. So that probably,
Can we run all this together?
the no bond hold is on a drug case. And I'm not sure what stage you were at. Can you tell Mr. Regier, was he, what stage of proceeding was he at in that case?
Your Honor, my understanding is the matter was previously set for pretrial in March where a plea was entered. Subsequently, the matter was set for sentencing hearing last week on the 16th.
Okay. Do you have a new sentencing date for him?
I do not, and I haven't heard back from Chris.
Okay.
Is there any way we can run both these cases together?
No, because you have two different judges.
And Your Honor,
Yes.
in accordance with my duty of candor to the court, I would respectfully advise the court that in the other case, the 23 case, there does appear to be an order appointing private counsel or public defender with respect to Mr. Watts.
Right, but if he's got $3,500 cash in his car on him and he's gonna get it back, then that means he has 3,500 he can spend on an attorney, so I'm not going to appoint him one.
Very good, Your Honor.
But they charged me with distribution. What?
You were not charged with distribution at this point. I advised you what you were charged with, and it was not, you may have been arrested for distribution, but you've not been formally charged with distribution, okay?
So why don't I have my money?
Well, because you're in jail and they're not gonna give you a bunch of cash while you're sitting in jail. Okay, so when can I get him in front of Judge Hart? I do need to give him some kind of court date.
So they dropped the distribution. I'm not being charged distribution.
It doesn't look like they charged you with it. Not at this point, anyway.
Why can't we run both these cases together? So
Because
I
you
mean-
have two different judges. That's why. You have two different things, totally different things going on with each
Well,
case.
can I request? Can you guys work it out to where I have both these cases together?
I cannot. You can contact Mr. Watts when he comes through the jail and he can talk to the judges, but I doubt he'll get them
Awesome, thank you.
consolidated.
Yep.
All right.
Judge, a sentencing date for Judge Hart on 23 CR 147 would be July 13th at 1:30 by Zoom.
Okay. So that's when you'll see Judge Hart. Anything further?
I need an attorney. I'm not gonna have no money.
We are adjourned on your case. If you don't get your money back when you get out, then you can apply for court-appointed counsel. But right now, if you have $3,500 cash that may be returned to you upon your release as personal property, then you can use that money to hire an attorney.
How would I hire an attorney when I'm gonna be in here the whole time?
Well, that's a good point, but I don't know that you're gonna be in there the whole time. I think you're gonna be in there just to be sentenced and probably very well, you could be released.
But that's not gonna
Okay.
get me an attorney for this case. I mean,
July 15th. So when you see Judge Hart on the 13th and you get sentenced and you get released and you get your money, you've got a couple days to go get an attorney. If you get an attorney, they can continue the case if they're not ready to go on the 15th.
How would I get released on the 13th?
If you get released on the 13th. If you're not released on the 15th, by the 15th, and you've talked to Mr. Watts, I'm sure you can apply to Judge Ricky for court-appointed counsel. But I'm not giving it to you today knowing that you have $3,500 sitting somewhere and you're getting new charges and you failed to appear last week and you got $3,500 and appointing you another attorney today. I'm not doing it. You may get one down the road, but you're not getting one from me today. All right, we're adjourned on this case.